There was an 11-minute video. Let me talk about the emotional 11-minute video. So it was a defense video. It was highly produced. It was emotional. It was edited and cut to perfection. Somebody should probably win an award at how good this video was cut and edited. It was intense. I'm sure they had to approve it. And but yeah, like it was a part of the defense. I've never seen or heard of someone submitting a video for their own defense. It's kind of like, hey, my mini free me movie, if you will. So the soundtrack was like Titanic. Like, remember when you watched Titanic and you near, far, away? Like, it was, and it made you kind of cry because it told a story. This video did that. It was endearing. The soundtrack was moving. It showed Diddy as a great father, a record producer doing community outreach. He was taking care of his mom, who I'm assuming was ill from cancer because she didn't have any hair in one of the clips that they showed. Like, he was loving on her. They showed the triumph of her leaving the hospital. Kim Porter was central in this video. They showed she and Diddy when the babies were little. That spread, I think it was Ebony or one of those magazines that they did. They showed them on boats as a beautiful family. And there was a voiceover just talking about how special Kim was to him and how massive that relationship was for him. Yeah, there was a lot of family moments. And then in one really sad part, they showed Diddy talking to the kids during the funeral. Or it had to have been after Kim's funeral. And they showed her this metallic gold casket of hers, and it wrapped up the sadness around the story. So let's talk about how this all ties into the kids' testimonies. I'm going to go down the row and talk about what each kid said and how they appealed. So let's start with Quincy. His biological father is alibi sure that his mother had Kim had with him. But Diddy, he calls Diddy dad. As a matter of fact, he opened it up saying, I'm Quincy, I'm his son, and basically he established that man, Sean Combs, is my father. He had a blonde buzz cut. He said his dad has completely transformed and transitioned, and he's never seen this version of him in the past 15 years. So then Justin comes on there and says, I'm the firstborn son. And he called his dad his superhero. He said seeing his dad broken down probably has saved his own father's life. He said, I see him broken down like this. I think this is what saved his life. Because in the defense, and I'm going to get to that, they were painting Diddy as if he was addicted. Less of an abuser, but more of an addicted person. Because I think the general public shows more sympathy toward addicts. I think that's what they were. When I saw what they were doing, I was like, oh, okay, I see where the defense was. It was so many of them. What else? He humbly asked the judge to see his father as he does. So Christian is the third son, and Christian said, hey, judge, I'm probably the one that everybody says I look just like my dad. He said his father taught him to respect women. He said his father is the one that modeled how to treat women based on how he treated his mother. He said that although he lives in LA, which is a 6-hour flight from New York, he flew from LA to New York every single week to get a 2-hour visit with his father. And he begged the judge. He was the one that begged the judge to show mercy on his dad. So let's talk about twin daughter number one. She immediately started crying. When she went up there, she said, but we were still able to make out what she said. She was like, listen, judge, I'm not trying to excuse my father's bad actions, but we don't have a mom. Y'all, that's when the whole courtroom started to kind of break down. I was looking around. I could hear people sniffling because we all know the tragic way that these girls lost their mother. And we know some of the speculation on how they did, but these kids do not see it that way. They don't see, they don't, whatever the public is saying about how their mom was lost, the children don't see it that way at all, or they didn't exhibit that today. So twin one said, I know my dad has done some bad things, but he has paid for them. Please, we don't have a mother. Please, can you just please help us? All right. And then Chance is the other daughter. And Chance, she was the least emotional daughter, but she was sniffly. She said, we need our dad. He has changed in real and lasting ways. I find him to be more patient, and I'm not trying to make any excuses for anything that he's done. And Delilah was the final child to speak. And she made a statement that I thought was super impactful. And she added on to what all the kids were saying, because all the kids' tone was basically like, Judge, our dad is better. He is a better person now since he's been incarcerated for these 13 months. And we also want him to be present for our 2-year-old little sister who's not here. Oh, and by the way, that 11-minute video, at the end of the endearing video, they showed that 2-year-old. There was like this video. She was like, bye, daddy. And y'all know babies' voices does something to people. Whoever made that video, obviously you knew what you were doing. You were trying to evoke sympathy and humanize this man, and even made him look like a loving, caring person to the deceased Kim Porter. So Delilah said this, y'all. Twin Delilah said, we want to rebuild not as a headline, but as a family. Woo! When Delilah said that, I said, well, goddamn. I said, that's a good one.